Good evening all. This is my very first full review of a Transformer. This night I'm going to review... just kidding. But this guy is part of this review. Venomous is a part of it. Or better said, Grand Convoy. No, the one I'm going to talk about... No, not Jetfire. This is his Japanese variation. When I wanted this toy, I wasn't able to get the European or American version because it simply wasn't available here. But for about the same money, I managed to get the Japanese version, which I liked actually quite a bit more because this guy isn't Jetfire. No, this guy is Wingsaber. As you can see, his form is of course exactly the same as his American version, but as I've been told, he has some better paint detailing than his American or European version. I can't show that because I don't have the other version, but from the overall details that I've seen from comparison images, I know he has some better paint detail. Overall, yeah, he is just the same damn brick. Yes. As you might know, this guy is one of those cases where gimmick goes before the actual toy. Now I must say the gimmick of this guy has been very successful, and despite that his playability is a bit lower due to very low articulation, overall the looks are so incredibly good. Yes, I know he looks like a brick version of a B2 stealth bomber, but a stealth bomber with a huge load of weaponry. As you can see, I did remove the missiles, which I do with all my toys because I simply, on average, do not like them. Only where it really is part of how the look is, I'll leave them in and probably glue them in the spot like I've done with my Universe Starscream. But in this case, I think he looks in fact a lot better without the missiles. Now he looks like he has two huge Gauss rifles or something like that, in concurrence with his, well, if he has feet like, for example, Predakings, then these are grenade launchers, but I'll assume they're laser guns or whatever they are, because I can't say I've really ever seen him use his full firepower alone. All his firepower always arrived in his gimmick mode. Overall, this form is incredibly good. It has a lot of transparent plastic with very good detailed paint, especially in the cockpit. He of course has very big Autobot logos, and he has, to give the illusion of wing, he has it all painted in with the silver which goes over his leg and over his back shield. Now let's transform him to his robot mode, and that is Wingsaber, not Jetfire. You have a very good landing gear, which I like. Now, first step, unhook these little pegs here so you can move them down. He's quite stiff, and as Ray puts it, he ratchets, he clicks, very good. Legs in place, cannons can be folded to the sides, and here you almost have him. Put him down. so you see less of me and you'll not miss my ugly mug. We'll fold down his backpack. First these two parts and this part. Turn around again. Fish out his head, which is split into two parts for a very nicely sculpted face. Fold out his arms, fold his shoulders around, and there we have a very, very good homage to G1 Wingsaber. Now let's see if I can get some better lighting from him. As you can see, he is very well sculpted. He has a lot of details reminding of the G1 version of Wingsaber, including these very high shoulders, which originally were, I believe, weaponry on Wingsaber. Of course, he does lack the Brainmaster option of him, but well, that's not what this guy's gimmick is about, of course. As you know, he is a brick. He can't move his legs that much. If you put his arms apart to as far as they can go, which isn't very far, you can spread his legs a bit, but he does a very big split, which, well, isn't that incredibly interesting. So we usually leave him like this, as a very nice brick, because that's what he is. He does have a port for the Energon Star, and he has a port for a Minicon. And of course he has his weaponry, which is a bit weird because it's in his knees. If it was a bit more up, it would be quite Freudian, or however you pronounce it. But he still looks quite heavy. He is the heavy guns in the series. He, in the series of Super Link, was originally a character named Wing Dagger, which got destroyed during an attack by the Decepticons on Cybertron, and he was promptly rebuilt into Wingsaber because they needed additional muscle. Not that I had the idea that they lacked it that much, but he came, of course, when he was really needed, and ever since then he pretty much was a gimmick. Yes, his role in the series was to be a gimmick for Optimus, or better said, Convoy. Now, the sad part is, the best part of him fully resolves